Tom Platz quads are still dominating at 68 years old.
Looks wider when you pull them wider like that, because you can see how big your inners are.
Bobble quad is a pretty funny name for his merch.
Fibers everywhere.
Fibers everywhere indeed. Cue mandatory scream to camera Instagram video ending.
It looks like the pickle.
Hello, I'm James and I was ill last week. The doctor said to me, can you describe your symptoms? I said, no problem. Homer Marge.
During my meet in the bench press, I believe that I completely tore my chest, upper chest off the bone.
You know a guy deserves the nickname Thor when he tears the muscle right off the bone and casually uses a rag as a sling. That'll do. Bjornsson decided to make light of this situation by admitting he is now struggling to wipe his...
Tony Huge, a friend of freedom and a pioneer of human evolution. His channel was just deleted by YouTube for the 5th time at 55,000 subscribers.
That is ridiculous. 55,000 subscribers? It's more plausible that 55,000 people's finger slip whilst trying to click the dislike button.
And for this past month, I've actually been living with Tony in Thailand. So in this video, I'll elucidate the multifaceted situation
Someone's been studying their GCSE English textbook
that many YouTubers have been reporting on through superficial viewpoints that fail to give context to
the cancellation of Tony Huge, a political attack on masculinity.
What a well done video, from delivery to the edit and the filming. This may be the most put together video you ever made.
What, even better than reading girls' minds with my magical abs? No, to be fair, Dr. Tiny will be missed. Where am I going to get my useless supplements from now?
Exercise science researchers reviewed all the published studies on nitric oxide boosting supplements.
In breaking news, legendary supplement seller Jim Stepani does actually know how to interpret research.
Then consider supplementing with citrulline and nitrates, as this new review study suggests.
Why doesn't he take that newly found skill and apply it to all those other rubbish supplements he sells to people then? Like that, and that, and that. $60 for a fat burner. Ah, that's why they do it. Right, come on, supplement company name, Shredded by an Island Supplements, coming soon. Active testosterone optimizing ingredients. Where? Because those aren't them. To help support muscle growth, strength, and healthy testosterone levels, asterisks. You gotta love that none of this can be strongly supported by an evidence-based asterisk, or what I call the supplement seller's get out of jail free card. Next time I play Monopoly, I'm just drawing a asterisk on the card and passing go. Talking of which, Ty Lopez.
Most universities in the United States have studied my YouTube video.
Ownedbodybuilding.com have just released their new supplement, introducing powerful BCAA, that powerful combination of cheap ingredients and a much higher retail price. Hashtag profit margins. What did you expect from this guy? And in this week's Nut Science,
little known things that are actually reducing your testosterone. First one, the phone in your pocket. Your phone is constantly emitting EMFs. When this is next to your crotch, you're actually messing up with your testosterone levels.
He says whilst having a phone next to him. So there's a very well articulated, balanced response to his video. There is currently no scientific evidence to suggest that carrying a phone in your pocket decreases test levels in humans. And if there is one hobby I have, it's reading into nut science based on Kinobody's recommendations. Human-based intervention studies into testosterone levels in phones are severely lacking at this point. Preliminary at best, we mostly have animal studies. For example, into rabbits, by this name I can never say it, 2011. And I was going to make a joke about Kinobody's followers being rabbits, but I won't. And in addition, you have to think about the ethics of performing such research. If you're going to expose people to radiation, which could negatively affect their health, that's a very hard piece of research to conduct in humans. Just ask Bruce Banner. And so whilst the idea of considering mobile phone usage for a range of issues in terms of health is probably a decent idea, we cannot state with confidence and strong evidence at this point that having a phone in your pocket makes you a simp. Is that the right use of simp?
I hate when people walk front of the camera on purpose.
It's too heavy for me. You're doing it on purpose, I swear to God. This guy doing it on purpose. The hell is wrong with him?
What?
No, this is TikTok right here, down on TikTok. And he's going on TikTok right now.
This should go on TikTok right now. So that's a lean away lateral raise, which is a side raise variation, which changes the strength curve of the lift. If you perform the lean away raise, it's going to feel hardest towards the end range of motion of the concentric contraction at the top, whereas a standard lateral raise, it will feel the hardest during the midpoint of the lift. And so changing strength curves can be a fun and interesting challenge to insert into your sessions. It's not compulsory, but it is a decent idea to think about because after all, change equals adaptation. But I don't think that was the point of his video.
You're doing it on purpose, I swear to God.
In this week's pretentious social media marketing,
better to have no friends than shitty friends.
I mean motivational video.
So if you're in a position where your friends are dragging you down, they are living life the wrong way, they're complaining, they're negative, they talk shit They're haters if they treat you inferior, they treat you badly. If you're out with a girl and they make fun of you in front of that girl.
See what you did there, Greg? Cheeky. Is it a salt or a chlorine pool? I digress.
And they make fun of you in front of that girl, clean the slate. Now, that doesn't mean you have to tell your friends, hey, you guys are not friends anymore. You just distance yourself from them. Withdraw your attention.
That was a very long lose my number. That is how you lose someone's number. It's like Tottenham's midfield. It's got a hole in the middle.
They're haters if they treat you inferior, they treat you badly.
I mean, not a bad message, but the cringe meter just exploded on entry. That cringe meter being strongly tested by my teenage hero Arnold.
Get to the chopper! I've learned about listening. So I was listening when people said to me, why don't you put this down on paper? Why don't you do a book about your philosophy of life?
Come on now.
Why don't you go and come up with rules and put those rules down, those tools that you're talking about, the 7 tools to success.
Royd's catchphrase is Hard Rock Cafe, I'm out.
I said to myself, you know something? They got the point there.
It's at this point of the video that you're probably wondering, is this some type of satirical content he's doing to camera?
I said to myself,
No, it's not.
That's exactly what I did. I started sitting down and I started writing page after page, line after line, paragraph after paragraph, until I had hundreds of pages together. And then out of that came this. I would be promoting this book all over the world because this is something that will make anyone and everyone successful. Trust me. Trust me.
That final trust me hurt.
Trust me.
The Terminator will never be the same again. Is he going through a De Niro type divorce or something? I mean, his watch is worth more than most people's houses. Why has Arnold become a second-hand car salesman on Instagram all of a sudden?
Here's the great thing about this book. It's coming out on October 10th. And the best thing about that is that you can pre-order this book right now.
I'm about as confused as a lap pull-down machine when Tom Platz entered its domain. He is a legend, but probably easier ways to do the back row. It's okay, don't shout at me, I'm just rolling the dice as I see them or something. And so I read Arnold's autobiography and it was pretty interesting, pretty decent.
I said to myself, you know something? They got the point there.
But please can he stop becoming an embarrassing uncle at the Christmas party? O'Hearn loved it. A little bit too much, methinks. Fish Flatus didn't, as if CrossFit needed any more stigma. So meet here Claire, she's a famous CrossFitter, I think because I don't watch it. Almost 2 million followers on the Insta dopamine. That is what I call a wad. I'm not going to make this she could enter an elite bodybuilding contest. Phil Heath would be proud. I'm not going to make that joke. Phil Heath would be proud. And so she's been causing a bit of stir on social media. So as you can see, she's heavily pregnant and still training for her CrossFit goals. And that has led to a lot of discussion, still performing very challenging, complex movements. What is interesting is on a personal trainer course, for example, there will be sections about training pregnant women, and some trainers will actually choose to specialize in that area. And I wouldn't describe these exercises as necessarily textbook. But then again, on the other hand, she's extremely experienced, and this is probably a lower RPE for her, and she's probably made some adaptations from her normal training. So let me know your thoughts on this one.
Why don't you go and come up with rules and put those rules down, those tools that you're talking about, the 7 tools to success.